Hello and welcome back to the shop, and today I have a quick tool review for you guys. So I have zero affiliation with this company. It's a tool that I found actually quite a few months ago. Actually, I was walking through the shelves of Johnstone, just looking around, waiting in line, and I found these guys sitting on the shelf and they were on sale. And what this is, right here, is a, spin swaging kit from Migrare, or I'm assuming that's how you pronounce that. So these were on sale, and they were 75 bucks. I did a quick search just before this video, and average price I'm seeing is about $100 on this same exact kit. And I decided to try them out, and they work pretty well. Now, I'll be honest with you guys, I don't do a whole lot of swaging on copper tubing. So, for those of you who don't know, all the swage is, it expands the end of the copper tube enough for you to fit another piece in it to make a joint. Basically, it just stretches the copper and allows you to fit the other piece in it without having to use a fitting, without having to use a coupling. So most of my tubing runs are going to be 3/8 and usually 7/8. I'll be honest with you. Most of our installs and stuff are going to be walk-in coolers and freezers, so it's going to be 3/8 and 7/8. So my 3/8 tubing is going to be soft drawn. And most of the time I'll have enough room to make one complete run in without having to put a coupling on it, or if I do, just like one joint where it goes into the box. You know, sometimes you can't make that last 90. So, and I mean, I don't swage a lot because of that reason, because this is the only soft copper that I use, is 3/8 and 1/4 inch. Anything larger than that is going to be hard drawn, and like I said, it's going to be shorter runs. But it does, I tried this out and it works pretty good. And where it comes into its own, and I don't know if you guys have run into this problem, is compressor changeouts. So sometimes when you take out the compressor, usually especially on the suction line, what manufacturers will do is they'll have like a 3/8 suction line coming into a compressor, like say on a reach-in, smaller reach-in, and the compressor stub, what they'll do is they'll neck down the actual 3/8 copper to fit inside the compressor stub. So when you go to braze it and take it out, sometimes that cracks and breaks, or sometimes you actually have to cut it off because you can't get a torch in the unit real easy with the compressor in place. So sometimes you have to cut that off. Now once you cut it off, of course, the 3/8 is too large to fit inside the compressor stub. So you think, we'll just take a coupling and I'll put it over the compressor stub and then you fit the 3/8 right in it. Not so much, because that compressor stub is just a little too big to be able to fit a 3/8 coupling over it. Now I found with using this, you can actually do the swage, the 3/8 swage, and you can actually make it a little larger. And we'll demonstrate that to be able to fit over the compressor stub. That way you don't have to carry like 5/16 copper to fit inside that compressor stub, because I'll be honest with you, I don't use that on anything, so it's kind of stupid to have a whole roll in the truck just to make a little piece that's this big to join to a piece of 3/8. And you guys know how I hate the crimp and braze technique. So, we're going to compare this here, which goes on a power drill, to a comparable Imperial swaging toolkit. And they're both roughly about the same price. This is about $100. And these Imperial guys are about $100 to $120. So we're right in the range. Now they also do make a flaring one of this. So if you guys, this video turns out pretty good and you guys want to see a demo of the flare ones, I'll go out and get that and we'll try it out. Anyway, so we're going to come over here on the bench. We'll take an up close of this kit and the Imperial kit and kind of try them both out and see how they work. Okay, so here are the tool kits side by side. Now this is a conglomeration of two Imperial kits, two different styles. One's a newer one and one's an older one, and I've had these things forever. So this is the newer style one with the removable insert here. This unscrews, and then you put these little guys in here for the sides that you're swaging. This one here is an older set where you just have the regular flare block on it, and you use these little inserts right up against the flare block to kind of swage. So that's kind of all that you have in the Imperial kit. What you usually get is one of these flare blocks, one of these flare blocks, the flaring tool that looks like this, and these inserts with it. And like I said, it's about $120. This guy here Comes in this little plastic case. Now this is, you can see the names there, and designed in USA, made in Brazil. So this kit comes with a little instruction booklet, and that is it. So basically these little paddles here for your different sizes, and this kit covers just about the same range as this Imperial does. Actually a little bit bigger than this Imperial. This goes from 1/4 inch to 7/8. So that's refrigeration sizes. We're going by the OD. I know the plumbers go by the ID, so my size is going to be off. When you look at the copper, you say that's not the size. The reason why is because we're different, and we go by the actual outside diameter of the pipe. So we're one size off from plumbing sizes. So like I said, this goes from 1/4 inch up to 7/8. Now, peruse through the instructions there. Basically says takes 5 seconds to do to make the actual swage, and you do not have to ream the pipe. So first we're going to take a piece of 3/8 here, and we're going to use this Imperial one, show you how this one works. So first of all, I'm going to take out the flare tooltip and put in this one that goes from whatever, 1/4 inch, 5/16, and 3/8, and insert that into the flare block here. Like I said, this thing, I haven't used this forever. So look at the flare block here, and make sure, yep, 3/8. Okay, so I mean, you guys probably already know this. Put it in the 3/8 little hole with enough to stick up to be able to make your swage. Tighten that by hand. Tighten that wing nut by hand. And then this is your wrench. And you give it a snug. And another snug. Back that sucker all the way out. Turn it till it locks in. We're in where we need to be, and we basically just turn this sucker. Usually put a little bit of oil on there, a little bit of refrigeration oil. Give it something nice, and you can see I am forming that copper there. Alright. Keep going until it hits the end of that little die, which is there, and then we undo a little bit, turn, pop that off, undo this, and there you go. So this piece will fit right inside there, nice and tight, and you can connect those two pieces. Now you can see, because of that block, we left the imprint of the grips there that hold it. Now there are all different kinds of these. There's also kind of automatic ones that have like a similar setup. You just tighten it down. It has like a big handle. Looks almost like a rivet gun. You just one squeeze. They're more expensive and, like I said, bulkier. But so that's how that works. All right, so let me just cut off the end of this, and we'll try these out. So we're going to try them out on 3/8, 1/4 inch, and I have some 3/4 inch hard drawn, and we're going to see if I can use this without annealing the copper. I don't think I can, but we'll take a peek and see if we can do that. But first, one thing I do want to check is I want to see, just for my own curiosity, how hard these are. Alright, so we just got a file here, and what we're going to do is first we're going to try the shank. Oh, that's hot as a rock. That's skating right over. So that's, oh yeah, that whole thing is rock hard. So they will last a long time because you're just stretching copper. Okay, so our tool is in our drill. Now the instructions say that you need at least a drill at least capable of 1800 RPM, which this Milwaukee here is. I think the DeWalt's are a little bit faster. The only other thing is this piece is really small. All right, it's not that big. It's not that long, so I really can't get a good grip on this. Usually this will be attached to either a longer piece, or you'll do it while it's still in the roll and have a whole long piece to be able to grab with your hand. There's not much here to grab, and this is going to get really hot, so you're going to want to wear some sort of gloves. And the gloves I've used with this before have the grip pads in it. I just don't have them down here right now. So just ignore this vice grip for the time being. I just can't hold this and use this at the same time. So basically what you're going to do is start your drill, put it in, and pull it right out. And as the instructions say, this has not been reamed. So I'm going to take this, start it up, start it in there, and just push. In and out. And that's done. Now you can see how hot this is. Let's see if I can get it to actually sizzle. Okay, that's why, like I said, that's why I have this pair of vice grips on them. But you can see, made a nice joint, and then this fits in there perfectly. Now, as I was saying with the compressors, what you can kind of do is take this, put it in there, right? Give it the wiggles a little bit. Now you can see we just made that slightly bigger, and now that'll fit over a compressor stub and allow us to braze right in there. Right, so now we're going to try this with a 1/4 inch. Same thing. And again, you can see how hot this is. And that piece of 1/4 inch here. And you can see how it fits in there nice. We're actually a little bit angulated on that. As you can tell, it's probably just my inexperience with the tool more than likely. Let's see if we can get that a little bit better. Like I said, I've only used this a couple of times, so probably get better as it goes. Plus, this is really thin, so when you push on it, it wants to bend. Now, it's a little better. So not too bad. It's kind of, I don't like it as much for the 1/4 inch. You can see it's not as well formed. There, I don't know if that shows up for you guys. You can kind of see that it's not. Let me zoom you in a little bit. You can see it's not. It's kind of more got like a bulge at the bottom and it's straight at the top. Now again, that could be my inexperience with the tool. As you can see on the 3/8 one, that's nicely formed. Okay, so now for the one I'm interested in. This is a piece of 3/4 and this is hard drawn. So, wondering if that heat will kind of semi-anneal it as it goes in and that it'll work. This is kind of an awkward piece here just because it's a full length, so pardon me. Figure out how I'm going to do this. know that worked, but that is hot. That is hot. That is so hot. Ready? That actually worked. That took a fair amount of pressure, and this sucker got hot. That got really hot. It worked, though. Definitely worked. I mean, I'm fully in there. Fully in there. Although I wouldn't do that too much. Alright, just for comparison, because I know somebody will want to know. This end here for about 2.5 inches so has been annealed. So we're going to try it again and see if it takes a lot less time and pressure. Yep, it does. You definitely got to have like G.I. Joe Kung Fu grip, though. You definitely need either somebody helping you out with an extra hand, or to wear some sort of gloves that are really grippy on there. There's a lot of torque involved in that. You know, as you saw, I wanted to spin the copper, and you know I was pressing down and holding it with my hand, pretty much right here, as hard as I could. But all in all, it does make a good little swage in there. That's nice. It looks nice. I like that. So, proof is in the pudding. It worked, and it seems to be faster than using the Imperial kit. The only thing I was not impressed with was the 1/4 inch performance. The performance on the 1/4 inch pipe there. Again, could be my inexperience using this. You've pretty much seen me use it the most I ever had. I've used this once or twice before to make a fitting to fit on a compressor stub. Other than that, I really haven't used it. One thing that may be an improvement is you can see that it's kind of just like a blade. If they were to put like another piece, you know, 90 degrees to that in the same form, it may hold it from kind of wanting to walk around, but then again, it'll increase manufacturing cost, and that cost will be kind of passed on to you. So somebody doing a lot of swaging stuff, a lot of fitting lines and things like that, this may be an alternative for you. I mean, you guys can be the judge, or you can pick them up and try them for yourself. Maybe you'll have better luck with it than me. I like the 3/8 performance, and even the 3/4 inch performance is actually pretty good. That 1/4 inch I'm not too happy with, though. But these will definitely live in the truck and be a go-to in case I ever have to do any kind of swaging or anything like that. These guys will be relegated to the cabinet in the shop. Now, they do also make a flaring set. A set for making flares. Same idea. It's a forming tool that you put on your drill, and you can make flares with it. So if I get enough interest in those, and you guys want to see a video on that, if I get enough interest, I will pick up a set next time I'm at the supply house and do another video on those. In the meantime, I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and we'll see you on the next one.